Welcome back to the final episode in the series, which is the Manchester Marathon Race Week. Enjoy the video. Welcome back to episode 6, the final episode of the Road to Manchester Marathon series. Just joining me on Thursday today. Didn't get any footage from the runs early in the week. Going into race week, so just been doing a light taper. We've been out with the boys round Albert Village late tonight. So I've done about 5 miles, nice and easy run. Good morning and happy Saturday. So we're 24 hours out from Manchester Marathon now, so this time tomorrow I'll be queuing up at Old Trafford, going at the bag drop that off and be ready to run the 26.2 miles in hopefully under that 3-hour barrier. So the plan today is a short 5k easy run going up to Conkers parkrun to do with Robbie. So by doing Conkers parkrun today, I think I'll be about 4 or 5 off my 100 park runs, so I'll be getting a nice t-shirt at the end of that in probably a couple of months time if I manage to get those park runs in time. It is Sunday morning now and it is race day, so I'm here at Old Trafford, the Manchester Marathon, ready to go. I'm around about 50 minutes to an hour before my wave starts, so we're going to bag drop, meeting up with Robbie and yeah, getting over to the start line. So I suppose just a few thoughts on what I'd be doing now is probably just reminding myself of how well the training's gone, feel ready to do the marathon. I've done this course a couple of times before, so I know what's coming up, and I've obviously done quite a few marathons in the past as well, so it's probably be about my 11th or 12th marathon, so I know what I've got coming in store, so just ready to go and have a great run and enjoy the day.
Nice and early and then always too early.
Just met up with Robbie now. How you feeling, mate? Good. Ready for it? Sub 3 today? Good man. between these two clips, something had happened that had changed both mine and Robbie's race entirely. So we went through halfway in probably a bit too quick looking back. It was around about 1:25, 1:26, which equates to sort of a 2:51 marathon, which was way above what we were going for. We were going for around about 2:55, 2:56, but then that was with the idea of kicking down in the last 10k and getting quicker there. So we'd noticed when we were going through about 14, 15 miles, going up to 16, 17, Robbie was always sort of running slightly in front of me, which was fine. It was probably a little bit quicker than I wanted to run, but we did want to stick together throughout. It's just quite easy to get sucked into big packs, running at a pace which is slightly quicker than you, and then you'll look at your watch and think, this isn't quite the pace that I wanted to go at. So Robbie was sort of pushing the pace on a little bit, and then I did notice in a couple of miles that he started to fall back a little bit, and I caught up with him. He was only, say, 10 metres in front, but it was to drop back from there and then me run alongside him. Then our pace started to drop to about 6:40, 6:50 a mile pace, which is roughly sub-3 pace if you started from the start at even splits. So what happened here was, I think at 18 miles was when Robbie started to say, I'm not feeling that well, I need to stop. He was feeling a bit sick, so we sort of slowed it down. He had a first stop at the side of a road. I just carried on slow jogging, encouraging him to get back into it, and if he still had enough energy left, we were well up on going for a sub-3, and we could just, I think we worked out, run about 7:30 a mile for the last 8 miles, and it would have got round under 3 hours. So we ran for another half a mile, round about that 7:30 pace, just to try and get a bit of energy back and drop Robbie's heart rate, and so he could get to the finish. But unfortunately we got to the next mile, Robbie had to stop again, and at this point I did have a quick decision to make, and Robbie did pretty much make it up for me by signalling to say, look, go to the finish. I think he did this kind of signal, I'm done, you just go and run your own race. So I carried on to the finish from this point, and that's where thankfully I checked with Robbie and his family at the end that he'd got back safely, which is always good to hear. And from that point I did then sort of change my race strategy, because I'd had a couple of miles, dropped off the pace, taking it a little bit easier. I was then fresher for the last 10k, which then enabled me to kick down in the last 10k. So the next clip's coming up, I'm looking quite fresh, and not how I'd usually look at this stage in 20 miles into a race, and then did kick down and get that good time at the end there.
Go on, Sam! Keep going, Sam! Nearly there! Nearly there!
Go on, SP.
Keep going, Sam.
Go on, bud.
Go on, Sam! Woo! Go on, Sam!
It's going to get very busy on this finish line. Look at this guy, absolutely raving it up.
Great running as always.
Sub 3 hours for many of these runners here.
2:53 on Mr. Garvett's watch. So yeah. So these are, we are seeing around, this is around the 2:54, 2:55 mark for some of those red waves. So they will all be targeting sub 3. So we'll probably see.
It's Manchester Marathon done. So 2:53 was the time I got, which I'm absolutely over the moon with. I was aiming for about a 2:55 and ended up going about 2 minutes quicker than that. So all that training has really paid off. Had a great race, going through probably halfway slightly too quick, but around 1:26ish, and then running through quite solid until about 20 miles. unfortunately Robbie struggled a bit at about 19 miles or so, so I did slow down a bit and trying to just get him home to about sub 3, but unfortunately couldn't carry on any longer from there, so he just signalled for me to carry on. So from that point then I did kick down for the last 10k, probably about 6:30 pace, and it's one of the quickest 10k's I've done for the last 10k of a marathon really. So did that in about probably 40 minutes for the last 10k, so that really kicked down and helped me get a 2:53, and really pleased with that result and feel good that all the training has paid off. A big thanks again for the interest in watching along for the Road to Manchester Marathon series and all 6 episodes of this. I have enjoyed releasing these videos each week for you to enjoy on YouTube, so let me know in the comments if there's anything you'd like to see in the next type of series that I do, if there's anything you really liked or anything you didn't like, and I'll be sure to let you know what I'll be planning with my training probably over the summer and going into looking at possibly a race around about autumn time. So the next sort of training focus over the summer there, I'll be sure to come back with another series and some more videos for your entertainment. Thanks again, and see you in the next one.
2:53 on Mr. Garvett's watch. So yeah. So these are, we are seeing around, this is around the 2:54, 2:55 mark for some of those red.